Thank you for choosing Neighborhood Radio. From the block. Join the Discord in the link below. Thank you for listening.
So I guess we'll get started for everyone. So for everyone who is here, this is Lachy. He is a rapper and producer from Tasmania, same as me. Also from the same hometown. And yeah, I just wanted to get him on the stage because I know a lot of you are producers and rappers, and he's one of the best that I've ever met.
Man.
Particularly for someone like on a local level. So so I guess I just wanted to start like with the first question of like how you sort of got into doing it.
Well, the first kind of foray into music I had was when I was about probably 10 years old. I started playing the guitar, and I really loved it and got absolutely obsessed with it. And I would listen to and play a lot of like classic rock and metal and all that sort of stuff, just like, you know, Pearl Jam and Led Zeppelin and that kind of stuff. And I do that heaps and heaps and heaps. Probably I started off when I was about 10, and it probably went at the start. I was very suspicious of hip hop. I didn't like it. I didn't really understand it. I was like, what is this shit? I'm not a fan. But then, you know, slowly it started to wear me down, and by the time I was probably like 12ish, I was all about hip hop. And I think the first hip hop I really got into, just at a surface level, was probably Eminem. And then I heard The Sea Is Rising by Bliss and Esso, and like got pretty obsessed with that song, and then that sort of started me down the Bliss and Esso rabbit hole, which was probably my introduction to Aussie hip hop. And so after that I just got obsessed with hip hop and kind of forgot about the guitar altogether, and was just like all in on this rap thing. And I started off rapping first, just sort of writing, and I would rap the lyrics to the songs I was listening to a lot, and then I would start writing down my own lyrics in my little notepad, which were always just like basically me trying to be Eminem. So if I look back, and I've still got a lot of these notebooks, if I look back on them, they're very cringeworthy. It's just all like, you know, Eminem from Wish, you know, but it was a place to start, I suppose. And I would do that, and then I didn't really have anywhere to get beats from, so I thought I'd start making them, and I downloaded a cracked copy of FL Studio, which, I mean, it's probably the origin story for a lot of people. But I got a cracked version of FL Studio and started just producing heaps and heaps of beats on that, which were all trash back in the day when I started, as they always are. But I would do this on my little laptop, and I would record my raps into my webcam mic, the built-in webcam in the laptop. So I'd like tilt the screen forward and like rap into the webcam. And I made a little EP when I was like 14, I think, full of songs that I'd recorded that way. But that's pretty much how it started, and then I just kind of kept doing it and kept improving and upgrading my setup and upgrading my skills and stuff, and
So so just to get the viewers sort of familiarized with your music, what song would you recommend? If like I want to play a song real quick before we dive deep into
I reckon Hobart Funk would be a good one to play. That's fun.
So this is Hobart Funk by Lachy Hamill, produced and recorded also by Lachy Hamill. Is there a music video for this one, or is it? No.
There isn't. I'm working on one, but it's not.
It sounds like it needs one.
It does, man. It definitely does.
This one is a tribute to Hobart.
Store penthouse, drawing the cord in the door like I'm dead mouse. Raw with the form on recordings, I get down so it's my turn. Yes, we're ordering fresh rounds. I'm no hot looking man, rocking the tan. I rock that soft white studio bod for the gram. Pretty lost when it comes to the pots and the pans, but no worries, cock, I live across from the sham. So load me up, I'll take a Mexican palmy with chips and pepper sauce. We're set for a party. Still the best with the art and look incredibly darty with an Eskia draft under the crest of Kanani. So one love to the beat of the drum, to the swing of the kick and the synth lead when it comes, and one love to the people, the gigs, they get a jump into my neatest and anyone that believes in the funk. Like, go hard, son. Yes, that Hobart funk. Hobart funk. Yes, that Hobart funk. Cruising Liverpool straight to and go-kart stunts down at Hobart, blasting that Hobart funk. Like, it's that Hobart funk. It's that Hobart funk.
Baby. Ready for the funk. Baby. That's disgusting.
Welcome to the palace of rhyme where I live. We keep the beats banging till the sun rises at 6. We got shitloads of dishes piled high in the sink until you think that you just might die from the stink. I'm from the valley of boats drive where broke cars get knocked off. Now I live in Hobart with dope bars that drop lots with crop top pots. Get off chops, the block button fiends burn rock non-stop and pop locks. It's that sassy shit like red line bus trips, like hitting up Lucky for a red-eyed mush fix. Take a turn at left field and stop at the Apple Isle, where the average style tops the rest by an actual mile. You left a wild time getting caught in more trouble with the local four. Net that brawl down in more scuffles, then hit 'em more until 4, getting more buckled with their jaws swinging like a bored couple. Go hard, son. Yes, that Hobart funk. Hobart funk. Yes, that Hobart funk. Cruising Liverpool straight to and go-kart stunts down at Hobart, blasting that Hobart funk. Like, it's that Hobart funk. It's that Hobart funk.
Baby. That's disgusting. Ready for the funk. Baby. That's disgusting. By the time you hear the next pop, the funk shall be within you.
So go hard with your closed minds, don't pass up a cascade or a bogus draft. Both spark life when you're so parched, moving to the dope ass drums. You overdose hard, victim of the Hobart funk. Like, it's that Hobart funk, my brother, you a victim of the Hobart funk. It's that ism that's within us and we're so far up above the opposition, buzzing off that Hobart funk.
Fuck yeah. Absolute banger. So
Yeah.
the instrumentation on that, was that like done, like was that live, or did you use VSTs for that?
So it's a mix of both. The main guitar riff, the boom, bra, da, boom, boom, bra, that was me using VSTs. I was just playing the chords on the keyboard basically, and it was a thing called Native Instruments Strummed Acoustic, sort of playing the chords back to me. And then, all drum programming and bass and stuff, like that double bass sound, it's all a VST plugin as well. But the saxophone is my good mate, Gus Leeton, who's an amazing saxophone player. And he played saxophone on that. And then I had another guy, Matt Bowden, play some keys and piano. And my old housemate, AO, playing guitar on it. And then I've got my other really good mate, Damesar, doing all the cuts and scratches and stuff. So it was definitely, I had a few musos on that one.
Yeah. Yeah, no, that sax part, that is fucking wicked.
Yeah, it's sick, hey? He's a mad sax player. I just had him around yesterday to record for another track I've got coming.
Hell yeah. One of the viewers just said, why do you guys just kind of look like distant cousins, or is that just all Tasmanians?
Yeah, I saw that. That's funny.
It's kind of funny because Wes, so the way I know Lochy is through his younger sister, Gabby, and people used to always think that me and Gabby were siblings, like back in high school. But yeah, anyway, and so overall, like, with the production like on the album, what do you reckon was the hardest song to produce?
The hardest song to produce. That's a good question. I feel like Hobart Funk definitely had the most going on and had the most, layers and stuff. But I think the one I struggled with the most was Vision, the one with Greeley. And I think that was because that originally started off as someone else's beat. There was a producer from Sydney called Jimmy the Gent, and he sent me this beat, and I thought it was like the coolest beat I've ever heard. It was very different. It was quite a weird beat, but I thought like, this is the coolest beat. I love this beat. And I showed Greeley, and he's like, oh yeah, that's an interesting choice. Because Greeley's rapped over Jimmy the Gent beats before and really likes his beats and stuff. But he was like, I don't know about this one. I don't really know how I'm going to like rap to it. And a couple of other people were saying similar things. So I was like, all right, well, I'll just recreate this beat basically using his stems as kind of samples and completely flip it to a new beat. And it probably took me a few different goes of doing that from scratch before I actually got a beat that I liked and that I thought sounded good and worked, and used enough elements of his beat and enough elements of my style and production to like, I guess, tie it all together and make it something new and exciting and good to rap on. And there's a lot of different sections and stuff in this beat too. So I think this was the trickiest one.
Yeah. So this is Vision.
Keeps raging as time slips away and my life's dissipating. The flames climb high with no sign of invading. So why navigate through this marshland?
How different is it from what you were sent originally?
I'm pretty sure the original's still on YouTube. So if you play this for a bit and then go and search for Vision, just write Vision the Gent and see if it comes up.
Swinging like Tarzan, I stick to the arm through hardship that you can't stand. Will half steppers last, but then sick of a clock's hand. Cause these cats ain't unique, they just crap on a faff, bat their racks on a bait, bat their hat and their sneakers, their jackets and place like it matters. They're nothing but vacuous schemes, and I won't relinquish my grip.
The start's a very different section. Oh, see if I can find it too.
But
I don't know. You might not actually be able to find it.
damn, that's all good. But so when you said you showed the beat to Greeley, was it originally just gonna be a Greeley song, and then you decided to sort of use it, or?
Nah, it was originally going to be a collab between us, I think, and I was just looking through. He sent me a bunch of beats. Actually, I think he just sent me to his YouTube channel, which had a bunch of beats on there, and I was looking through those, and that one was one that stood out to me a fair bit. Yeah,
cool. Yeah, I've never until you mentioned that you had him, you produced a song sort of with him on your album. I'd never really heard of him, but checked out some stuff after, and it's pretty dope.
Yeah, he's a good producer. He's done a fair bit with people like Forte at Large from Sydney and Cursor and that kind of crew. Yeah.
So who would you say are probably your biggest inspirations when it comes to production?
Oh, wow, that's hard. I'm very influenced by a lot of great Australian producers. I think probably my all-time favourite producer that's influenced me the most is a fella from Melbourne called Must Volkov.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know him, but he's as far as classic psychedelic boom bap sort of stuff, especially his album White Russian, and just how he swings his drums and everything like that. He was a massive influence for me.
Yeah.
And all the greats from America too, like DJ Premier, he's a massive influence as well, and RZA, DJ Muggs from Cypress Hill.
Yeah.
Obviously Dr. Dre and Scott Storch, and and then just heaps from Australia. Like I said, Must Volkov, massive one, and then Nebs from Sydney, also big influence, and Disaster from Perth, and Trials, and heaps of these guys are massive influences on me. Yeah.
You got Must on your album, didn't you?
Yeah, he did cuts on God Given. And so he actually recorded and mixed that track too. So that was the only track on the album that I had someone else recording and mixing.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was really cool to get him doing cuts as well, because Damesar did cuts for every other track.
Yeah.
Oh, well, bar maybe like 2 tracks that didn't have cuts. So yeah, Must is the only other DJ on the album, which is cool.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck yeah. What song would you recommend? Like your favorite Must produced song?
Oh wow, that's hard. I feel like as to sort of demonstrate his style, I suppose, maybe look up Must Volkov 2 Sheet. Oh look, Must Volkov Homeostasis. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that comes up. There we go.
Yeah.
All right. So it's Must Volkov feat Nelson Dialect Homeostasis.
Yeah, Must's the producer, Dialect's the rapper.
Yes. Mr. Must, Dialect, Pain Productions. I represent. Yo, it's homeostasis. We made a home where the apes live, trying to smoke an eighth and escape it. God's matrix, not a game, kid. Resonating on the pages, homeostasis. We made a home where the apes live, trying to smoke an eighth and escape it. God's matrix, not a game, kid. Resonating on the pages, homeostasis. Hey yo, this world's outrageous. Lacing my brain with the cadence, Satan's assassinator. Conversating the machination with the coffin, and I nailed it. Wherever I can reference irreverence to ancients, erected with the mega Evers, edifice and mangers. Angel of death, taking so many saviors. Saying my prayers, I'm prepared for my maker. No type of labor I can write aside the paper, but I might have used a razor to put a line in a statement. Fake it, cut through your mind like a seance. Stay song, stay on your cells like it's Avon and way wrong. Cosmetic, selling the wretched hysteria. My soul stay young and old like progeria. Read everywhere like a Vedica. My letters respected in any era, connected beyond molecular. Homeostasis.
Does this rapper have like heaps any other work? Like I've never heard of him, but he's like really good.
Yeah, he's got heaps of stuff. He used to be in a crew back in the day with a producer called Despair.
Yep.
They were Dialect and Despair. And since then, he's done 2 full albums with Must on the production.
Yeah.
And he's got heaps of music, man, heaps. He's actually just moved over to the UK and signed to High Focus Records.
Oh yeah, sweet.
Cool. Yeah, so yeah, he's got heaps, man.
Fuck yeah.
But yeah, I think the thing about that track and his other work was just the way he swung his drums. It was like very much like unlike anything I'd really heard before. Like just heaps of swing, but then also like a bit of a 8th note shuffle on the hi-hats. So the hi-hats were doing their own swing and the kicks were doing their own swing, and then the snares are a bit early. So it's like kind of just all over the place, but so tight.
Yeah, like I noticed like
We made a home where the apes.
it has this like quite like almost like stilted sort of
Yeah.
like groove to it.
Yeah, I would just get obsessed with grooves like that, and yeah, I just think it's the coolest thing, and really try to emulate stuff like that. I would like import the tracks into FL Studio and like look at the waveforms and be like, what the fuck's going on here?
Trying to smoke an eighth and escape it. God.
I feel that. There's this song I've been fucking obsessed with lately. Like pretty much I've been like trying to sort of replicate the vibe of it, which is Thanks to You by Clams Casino, just because the groove and the swing on the drums has just absolutely, which is this. Yeah.
Glitching my muscles, I'm itching, and you don't see none of this.
Just like
You don't see none of this.
the drums are it's like
Eyes shut.
of that.
Yeah.
I guess I should have taken my time. Never seen anything like it. I lost my.
But yeah, like this song just has such an unusual groove, and it's like
Yeah.
absolutely like fascinated me. Like recently, I've been trying to like work it out.
Yeah, it's very cool. It's very like very sparse and sort of things kind of just happen all at once and like on the offbeats and in places you wouldn't normally expect it.
So one question that someone had was, so they said that like going through your album, there's obviously quite a boom bap like influence, but there's also a few tracks like Nuclear Reactor, I guess, that had a bit of a more trappy, like more modern style to them.
Yeah,
And this
yeah.
person was just wondering who your favorite like new rappers were that like would influence that style of production.
Wow, that's interesting. It's very hard to say. I'm massively influenced by people like Kendrick Lamar. I don't know if that necessarily translates much in my music, but I really love his beats and his whole delivery and stuff. I think the production on Damn actually maybe did inspire this album a bit in the way that every track has like 3 different beats on Damn, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he keeps switching it up and flipping things in different ways, and it keeps it interesting and changing, which I definitely tried to do, like on tracks like Hobart Funk and on tracks like The Craft, with the beat changes and stuff, and Vision as well.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, definitely Kendrick. I really like Danny Brown too, but
Danny Brown, W.
yeah, he's awesome.
Have you listened to Scaring the Hose?
Nah, I haven't. I thrashed Atrocity Exhibition. That was the big album that really inspired me a lot, but I haven't kept up with a lot of his new stuff.
Yeah, he released a new album this year with a rapper called JPEG Mafia.
Oh yeah, I know JPEG. Yeah.
Called Scaring the Hose. And it has some of the fucking craziest production. I'm gonna play this song. So this is Lean Beef Patty off of this album. So JPEG Mafia produced this song, and then him and Danny Brown rapped on it. But it's got some of those fucking crazy production.
Yeah.
First off,
But yeah.
Yeah, that's hectic.
Yeah.
Very like almost drum and bass sort of
Oh,
influence. right?
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that album just has fucking shit like all over the place.
Yeah.
There's this other song called Perfect that has like they sampled like an orchestra.
Yeah.
And like made this beat out of it. Whoops. But yeah, it's just nuts, like with JPEG Mafia, how good he is at like sampling and like finding fucking crazy shit to. But
He's a very, very unique producer, hey.
yeah.
Yeah.
What was your favorite song on Atrocity Exhibition?
Wow, that's hard. I feel like, oh man, I don't know. It really depends on what mood I'm in, to be honest. I think I really like Lost. Lost is really cool. I really like Downward Spiral, just because it's such a perfect introduction to the album, I think.
The oppressive, like just
Yeah.
gross, almost like, yeah.
That beat too is another one that's just like hectic groove. Like it's so weird. I would find that hard to rap on, or a fun challenge at the least. So yeah, I really like that beat, and I think Ain't It Funny too, just because it's like
Yeah.
it's like a fucking absolute ear rape in a way. The beat, like it's like a fucking.
The crazy thing with Ain't It Funny that blew my mind recently, that's actually just that isn't a beat, so to speak, as in it's literally just a loop of another song. Like,
Oh, really?
the producer didn't do anything to the sample. It's just a completely unaltered sample of a 1970s song, just on loop.
Wow. I'd be keen to hear that song. I mean, that's honestly the case with a lot of classic hip hop tracks, though.
I'm gonna see if it like blew my mind because I was always like, oh man, like I wonder how the hell they made this beat. Like it's crazy. And then I found. Oh, hang on, I'm gonna see if I can find it. I swear to God. Yeah, here we go. This video here that explains how to make it. It's literally.
This is an instrumental remake of Ain't It Funny. The verse. This is.
And that's the sample, and it's just looped.
Yeah, right.
And it just raps over it.
Hectic.
But yeah, do you ever think about like creating music that's a little bit more, like out there?
In sort of that, how Ain't It Funny sort of vein, probably I will like to do that at some point. I don't think particularly my style at the moment. I've made a lot of trip hop sort of stuff, which I really like that, like more so in the style of Portishead and that kind of thing. But like super experimental weird stuff, I think it's really cool, and it's definitely something I'd like to experiment with in the future, but at the moment it's probably not a massive focus of mine.
While you're trying to establish your name, you probably want to be a little bit more like wide field, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so, yeah. Also, the majority of music I listen to is a little bit more sort of, I mean, it's more sounds like the style of music that I make, you know what I mean? It's not like super experimental and weird.
Yeah.
But
it's really hard to commit to making something experimental, I think. Because you just like I've tried it before, like done the odd song here and there, but I'm like, what if people just fucking hate this?
Yeah,
you know,
I think you are pretty diverse with your style that you do, though. That's yeah,
and like I try to be like diverse, I guess, but like when it's like, even when I do branch out though, like if I make like drum and bass, it's like sort of typical kind of like drum and bass stuff, or like when I make hip hop, it's like typical like kind of hip hop stuff. But like I haven't really done that much that's like just someone would listen to that and you'd be like, what the fuck?
yeah.
Like you know, I've tried to make stuff like that every now and then, but it's just like really hard to think about like how will it be received if it's not like typically like sort of good.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I feel it, man. Yeah, it's definitely something to think about. I guess it depends on what you want out of music, really, too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, are you working on like any new projects or anything at the moment, or?
Well, my big production album that I've just finished is in the final stages of getting everything sorted. It's all done and mastered. I'm just finishing the artwork off with my homie Topsky, who's an amazing graph artist and amazing just visual artist, and he's drawing the album cover, and so that's almost finished, and then I just got to get it all the graphic design sorted for it, and then that's going on vinyl, so I got to get all that ordered and sorted out too. Yeah. But that's a big massive project this one's been. And aside from that, I've got 3 new singles that I'm working on as well that all have music videos that I shot over in Melbourne, so that's ready to I'm going to start releasing those in September, I think. and then the Hobart Funk music video. So that's my little trifecta of things I'm working on at the moment.
So these singles that you're working on at the moment, are they just Lucy's, or are they going to be on like any future projects?
Nah, they're just singles. They're not going to be on any album. I don't think at the moment I'm going to work on a solo album. I think that's potentially a job for next year. But yeah, this year I'm just going to focus on getting those 3 singles out, getting this production album out, because that's been hanging over my head for a long time. So it's going to be a relief to finally get that up.
Okay, how about Pseudo Lucid? Any Pseudo Lucid?
Yeah, I'd love to do more Pseudo Lucid stuff. We have a bunch of unreleased tracks actually. I think we've got we'd have about 5 or 6 probably.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah, I'd love to do it.
For context, for the viewers, Lachy is also in a duo called Pseudo Lucid with another rapper called, is it Paul Azrael? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah, Azrael, yeah.
Yeah. So this is my favorite song that
Yeah. Some very, very, very serious business.
Yo, it's pseudo lucid intruding up in your bedroom, ruin all your music using computer for entry, looting up your studio to a woozy and then puke out mum spaghetti in your best new high-tech booth.
CSE to the UDO. Lucid exclusive. Who wanna know? We beat with ourselves to excel at the skills, so we chill in a cell with the tune till it's dope.
B to the S to the EUDO, smashing the scene like a pack of Doritos. Passion for beats and a knack for elite flows. Dad bod swag, looking fab in my speedo.
Back into the carrot gets heavy and I haven't slept. Battle with the devil, there's a balance on a dagger's edge. Everything is menacing, depressing, and a massive stress.
You're so damn dramatic, guys, have a rest. Fuck it, not an ounce of a shit to give. Flandering with my dick out like a little kid. Down on your piss, then hit town with your little sis. Stay out till I think I'll slip and drown in my stinky sick.
Stacked to the tits with invincible raps. Assassins equipped with the gift of the gap. Smacking a bitch, quick in a flash, having a hit of the crack. You can attack at the front, hurry up, I'm gonna cover the back.
I've always got my foot in my mouth, and once it's in there, pulling it out, a hooligan down for fooling around with you women. So look at my bull in the house, got that smooth James Brown, Barry White, soul in my sound, holding it down, broke with my phone plugged in the wall at the plow.
Bow, 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 shot down by the Jaeger. Brace for a roundabout rowdy behaviour. Might take your lighter, might wake your neighbour. Might bake a pastry pie with nice flavour. Whose car is this?
We need to make it to the bar.
Wait, did that say Luna Park? Luna Park?
Alright, Melbourne, what the fuck?
You drove too far.
Well, I'd probably drive better if you stop blazing in my car.
Don't do drugs when you're driving to the bar. What do you sound like? Bloody yo, don't do drugs when you're driving to the bar. Now at least I know.
Fatter than a Mack truck. The cast country traps coming straight out of Taz with a strap tucked. Well, at least I know what Dudo has a bread knife.
I've got a bread knife.
Move or get your bread sliced.
A to the Z to the R-A-E-L.
L to the A to the C-H-Y.
He's acing a test and he's making a beat while I'm baked and depressed, but I'm like streetwise. A to the Z to the R-A-E-L.
F to the U to the S-I-O-N.
Best tell a mate and a stranger as well that we're able to spell and we're on heads nice.
Damn right, yo, I learned the alphabet, can spell for days. Don't need spell checks out with it. The big swing and dick got to hella healthy. Read the alpha and alphabet, smell my shit. I'm dope as fuck, you can ask my mum. You busted cunts can hardly judge a shit. I'm man, bars are bright, my tolerance is low. But if you pass the blunt, I'll spark it up. Take off a puff and buff, my guns are fast as fucking scupper off.
Massive impressive when I'm passive aggressive, possessive fascist with an ever-present glamorous presence. At any second I could vanish in a flash of manic depressive panics. I'm back in Xanax when I rap it together. This shit is serious, serious business. Oh, so serious business.
I'm sorry, sir. This is reserved for official, serious business only. You have to move along.
So obviously that seems like quite old at this point.
Yeah, yeah.
It's old. What's it like now to go back to something like that? And
it's interesting, man. I haven't listened to that song in a while. I definitely rap a lot differently now, really. Like, I think back then I was sort of like almost over delivering it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting. I think still it's pretty dope for what it is, but it's just very different to what I make now, I think. And I mean, Paul and I would definitely still have that sort of silly edge to it, but I think I've sort of matured as an artist a little bit since then.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think, matured in my beat making and mixing too. But it's hard to listen to old music and not try to like really criticize it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's cool for what it is. It's a nice throwback, and yeah, I love Paulie. Love making music with him. So I'm really keen to do some more. That'd be awesome.
Yeah. So, if you had to pick like the best song that you've ever made,
Yeah, that's really hard. Hey. Yeah, again, I guess it's different. Like a lot of them are very different. So it depends on. I feel like some of the best like rapidy rap bars I've spat was probably on Nuclear Reactor.
yeah,
But
yeah, Nuclear Reactor. That song's crazy. That's definitely like the highlight for me off of.
yeah,
And like,
thanks.
I remember when you showed me like an early draft of it like a year or two ago now.
Yeah.
And I think your verse wasn't finished, but Wombat's verse
Yeah.
was.
Yeah.
I just remember being like, oh, fucking, like, I need this to, like, come out. And it was, like,
Yeah.
such an agonizing wait.
Yeah.
There was such a big gap between, like, when you showed me it and when it actually came out. So,
Yeah, that was actually the first song that, like, the oldest song on the album,
Yeah.
because I recorded that with Wombat, and then I was like, oh yeah, I'll probably release this as a single, but then it was really hard to get a hold of him to do a music video, so I just kind of had it sitting around for ages, and then I decided I'd do it, and it was originally going to be an EP, and you know that was a track on it, and then I was like, nah, actually this is turning into an album, so yeah, then it ended up being an album with that track on it, but that was the oldest song.
yeah. So, what was it like working with Wombat? Like, obviously, he's pretty established within the on a national level now.
Yeah,
so-
it was good, man. He's a very, very dope rapper, and he's a really nice guy too. He's a funny cunt. He's very cheeky, and he's like got a very trollish sense of humor.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's cool, man. I'm probably gonna be doing some more work with him actually.
Yeah, that would be dope because yeah, his verse on Nuclear Reactor, like to get a feature like on that level from like such a big rapper is like fucking awesome. Like
It was pretty cool, bro. Yeah.
Like I think it's cool that he didn't sort of phone it in at all. Like he
Yeah.
gave like a top notch verse.
Well, he actually hit me up about it too, because I can't remember how it happened, but I think I was just talking to him or something, and he's like, "We need to do a track, bro." And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I'd love to."
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, sweet. Do you have any beats?" And then I sent him that, and he just like wrote 32 bars. It was so quick, and like just sent me all the bars, just over like as text within probably like an hour or two. And I was like reading them, and I was like, I can't really picture how this would flow. But then, you know, hearing him actually rap it, I was like, fuck, yeah, this is hectic.
He just there's just something about Wombat. He has that like that dirty like delivery that just really like sells like what he's saying.
Yeah,
Really,
100%.
like grimy, like the line like the until you end up looking like Cactus Jack and Travis Scott because you ain't dropping the act and you turn your back on the tragedy. Like one,
Yeah,
I was just like fucking hell, like that is a lyric and a half.
Yeah, that's a dope bar, hey.
Yeah.
And the Chazza bar too. Stop begging Chazza to do
a reaction to rock releases. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be dope if you like did some more stuff with him for sure.
Yeah,
What,
yeah, definitely.
If you could get like any feature like in the future, like who would it be? Or just anyone like rapping on your production or like
I don't know. That's hard. I mean, yeah. I don't know, man. It's trippy. I feel like I don't know. I really just like making music with people I like as people. You know what I mean?
I get it. I feel that, yeah.
Yeah, I'm sort of a bit.
No.
Yeah, I would way rather make music with someone I vibe with than just like a big name or something.
Totally.
I don't know. Fuck, that is tricky, man. I mean, I don't know. Like it. Someone like Kendrick would be sick.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, or don't know. It's hard, bro. That's a hard one.
Yeah, but no, I totally feel you on that. Like with the like, for me, like making music is like, for me, it's like 30%. Like I like making music, and 70% I like making music with my friends.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I like don't really release that much solo music because I much prefer, making music like with people. And
Yeah.
like there's like some people that I meet and I'd like low key be more excited about making music with them than I would be making music with like a big name who like I don't like know that well.
Yeah, yeah, straight up. Yeah, definitely, bro.
Yeah, and it's like kind of funny. Like, it wasn't until I started like collaborating with people that I sort of had that realization that I like if I meet someone and I fuck with their music, I almost put them on the same level as like a big like famous like artist. Like I don't know,
Yeah.
if, like that makes sense, but like
Yeah, I feel ya.
yeah.
For sure. Yeah, it's like
Who's your favorite rapper in Tasmania right now?
my favorite rapper in Tasmania. Have you heard of Dispraise?
I've seen his name pop up here and there. I don't think I've listened to his music.
He's really, really good. He's like criminally underrated too. I think he's definitely got to be one of the best rappers in Tasmania. But I'd say like,
I listened to second. Yeah, that song's crazy. I'm gonna play that right now. Yeah.
yeah, he's nuts. I've got a lot of favorite rappers in Tassie though, but Dispraise definitely needs some recognition.
Yeah, only 5.1 thousand views. That's crazy.
Man on a mission, haven't even got to see the fam in a minute. Trying to stay tranquil, the system is damn near acidic. They don't give a damn, are you kidding? Pandemic hit and on the same shit that the world on, it is never ran any different. More that I bite off, more that I want. Do you want to tighten or what? Half of these dudes that you pay mine to with these dupes may as well be defined as a bot. Say you goodbye to them, I have arrived again. I've got no choice but to barge in a lot. You got a problem, take the shit up with the gods.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I remember when this song came out and that part, like, where he's standing in front of the microphone, like this part.
Doubt like, wow, I've been going automatic with it, but you're hoping that
I just remember, like, going back to that part and just being like, holy shit, like, that's crazy.
It's hectic, eh?
Yeah.
I'd like to do a track with him and Wombat together. I think that would be dope.
Yeah. Is Wombat on the producer album that you've just finished?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so is Dispraise.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
But yeah, I think apart from those guys like Wombat and Dispraise, I'd put Dunners up there, and Max Bladel too, who goes by Mighty Dreamer now. He's way up there as well, and Grills, and yeah, there's a lot of dope rappers.
Yeah, no, it feels like in the last like 2 or 3 years, the scene's like really like picked up a lot.
Yeah, for
A
sure.
lot more like gigs and shit like that, which is like sick as fuck.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, it's dope to see. Hey.
Yeah, because I remember like when I started producing, actually, back in 2016, I want to say.
Yeah.
Dad was like, oh, like you gotta like start sending like your beats to like rappers, and that was actually the first time I ever heard of Greeley.
Yeah.
And Dad was like, yeah, like there's this rapper like called Greeley, and like also this one called Bird Brain, like you should send them your beats.
Yeah.
And then I was like real nervous, and Dad finally like convinced me to send them beats. And I remember Greeley like wrote back, and he was like, oh, like pretty much just saying like you're shit, but keep at it. But like obviously a lot more
Diplomatic.
yeah, a lot more diplomatic.
Yeah, that's what it is.
But it's sort of funny now though, because like I know that Greeley likes a few of my songs now.
Yeah.
And it's sort of cool to know that I like whenever I think about like sometimes I feel a little bit like I haven't progressed that much like as an artist or whatever. It's like good to know that someone who like a few years ago basically told me I was shit actually like doesn't mind like a few of my songs now.
Yeah, it's cool, bro. It's a big progression.
But I just remember though, like, sorry, the point I was getting to with that was I remember Googling Tassie rappers at that time to send beats to, and there was barely like any aside from like a few others, but compared to now,
yeah.
like there weren't really that many active ones.
Yeah. There's heaps now, eh?
Yeah. Like the fact that that there's 50 rappers, it's just insane to me that there's that many people to.
Yeah. It unfortunately didn't get them all, but I think there's at least another probably 30 or so that I could have had on there. Yeah.
Yeah. No.
But yeah, it's cool, man. It's a massive scene. It's very much thriving.
Thank you for choosing Neighborhood Radio. From the block. Join the Discord in the link below. Thank you for listening.